Senator John Brooks, we're in his district. Senator Kevin Thomas. Senator Anna Kaplan. Senator Monica Martinez. Assemblyman Dave McDonough, also in district. Assemblywoman Taylor Rayner. Discover Long Island President and CEO Kristen Jarnigan. Nassau Suffolk Building Trades Council President Matthew Arasich. Association for a Better Long Island Executive Director Kyle Strober. And thank you to all the other community leaders who have joined us today. Today, we're going to hear from Governor Cuomo, and then we'll hear from Suffolk County Executive Steve Bellone. Since taking office, Governor Cuomo has been a champion for our state parks, continuously supporting and promoting outdoor recreational activities on Long Island and across the state to the tune of $1 billion invested in our parks statewide. From fishing, boating, hiking, and camping, there is so much to do in our state parks this summer. And thanks to Governor Cuomo's commitment to revitalizing the state park system, again, $1 billion under Parks 2020, his signature parks program, New Yorkers now have more opportunities than ever to get out and take advantage of the state's natural resources. It's under his leadership that this administration has started Parks 2020 that has been now an 8-year program in investing that $1 billion. Jones Beach is no exception. Governor Cuomo has invested $100 million into transferring Jones Beach turning it into a premier destination for New Yorkers and visitors alike to enjoy. This is a completely new Jones Beach, and we are so excited to celebrate it today and all summer long. We modernized the West Bathhouse Complex while restoring many of its architectural features dating back to the park's opening, including the beautiful vaulted ceiling that was covered over for many years in the Marine Dining Room. We restored the historic Central Mall mosaics. The crumbling mosaics have become a symbol of our neglected state parks. Now they symbolize our grand revitalization effort. We built new playgrounds at the West Games area and Zacks Bay. We completed the Boardwalk Cafe restaurant that you see right behind you. And this spring, we completed the Jones Beach Shared Use Path, a 4.5-mile leisure trail that offers walkers, skaters, runners, and cyclists stunning views of the park. And we are not stopping there. The governor's plans for even more improvements in the next year will continue this significant transformation. This summer, we will be working on additional improvements to the parks that will be completed in 2020, including a $25 million Energy and Nature Center that will open at Jones Beach in 2020, including an interactive facility to encourage visitors to become good stewards of the environment and smart energy consumers. A $4.2 million renovation of the West Games area, featuring a new mini golf course, refurbished court games such as pickleball and shuffleboard, new benches, tables, fencing, and lighting, and additional site improvements. $2.4 million in landscape and horticultural improvements at the West Bathhouse, Central Mall, and East Games to renew lawn areas and planting beds, plant new shrubs, new ornamental grasses and seasonal plants, and install new irrigation and electrical. $1.2 million renovation of the Central Mall, including new curbs, bluestone and concrete pavements, refurbished access ramps, and new and rehabilitated utilities. And this unprecedented $100 million state investment in Jones Beach has spurred the private investment in the 700-foot zip line and adventure course that we're here celebrating today. This facility, which we're calling the Wild Play Adventure Course, includes a series of adventure courses: log ladders, zip lines, cargo nets, rope swings, tight ropes, swinging logs, wobbly bridges, and more. There will also be two 40-foot What's to Fear jumps, abbreviated as WTF, What's to Fear jumps, where guests will jump from a platform and experience a free fall before the system lowers them to the ground. And finally, there will be the quad side-by-side 700-foot-long zip lines. The course is located right here next to the Central Mall, adjacent to the $20 million Boardwalk Cafe that opened last summer, as well as the refurbished East Games area and the new splash pad right behind you. This is an exciting day that is a true milestone in the history of this great park that our governor has done so much to vault into the new century. Please join me in welcoming the person who's making it all possible, our Governor, Andrew Cuomo.
Well done, well done. Well, good morning. I brought the weather. That's what I did. Let's give Commissioner Kulisade a big round of applause. What a great job he did. And the whole Parks team who've been working for months and months. Let's give them a round of applause. County Exec Steve Ballone, who helped facilitate all this and worked with us on the approvals, and all the county officials who cooperated with us. Let's give them a round of applause. $100 million to rebuild Jones Beach. That is a lot of money, but it was an investment well spent. And I want to applaud the state legislature for passing the legislation. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here today. They've been acknowledged, but I'm going to acknowledge them again and ask them to stand as I call their names. Senator John Brooks, Senator Kevin Thomas, Senator Anna Kaplan, Senator Monica Martinez, Assemblyman Dave McDonough, Assemblywoman Taylor Rayner. Thank you. Thank you for making today possible for all of us. Jones Beach. I have a lot of great memories about Jones Beach. And what people have to remember is what Jones Beach really did for New York and what it did for millions and millions of people. I grew up in Queens, but we came to Jones Beach. That was the place that you went. We're going to go later on today to Brooklyn to dedicate a memorial to Shirley, Chisholm, a congresswoman who grew up in Brownsville, Brooklyn. They were poor. They lived in Brownsville, Brooklyn. And where did they go to get a little vacation, a little time off? They went to Jones Beach from Brownsville, Brooklyn. This is where you came. I used to come as a child with my grandparents. My father was always working, so my grandparents would take me. And we never went into any of the restaurants. That was too high class for us. My grandmother would pack up drinks and pack up sandwiches, and you'd park the car and you'd make that trek to the beach. And then you had to find a little spot of beach. It was so crowded that all you did was get a blanket's worth of beach, you know. It was that packed. You look at pictures of the old Jones Beach. I mean, it's just blanket after blanket after blanket. So you'd only have a couple of feet between you and the next blanket. You were that close. But you'd stake out your little blanket space, and that's where you would be. And then you'd run in the water, and you'd come back. And my grandmother would open the aluminum foil, and she would have the sandwich, and you would be eating your sandwich, and inevitably somebody would walk by and kick some sand, and you'd get a few pieces of sand in that sandwich. And you'd be eating that sandwich, and you'd hit a piece of sand, and it would feel like you were chewing on a boulder when you hit that piece of sand. So as a kid, I thought that's why they called them sandwiches, because you had sand in the sandwich. I tried to explain that to my daughters on several occasions. I said, you know why they call them sandwiches? Because when you go to the beach, there's sand in them and you bite them. And my daughters looked at me like I had 6 heads, and they said it's like a dad joke, you know, what they say when they really want to demean you. It's a dad joke. Don't ever say that in public, Dad. It's okay. I never will. But that was Jones Beach. It was a place where people could get a little taste of nature. They could get a break. It was where they went for a vacation. you were poor, you were lower income, you were middle class. You didn't go to Europe for the summer. You didn't fly off to an island. You didn't get on a cruise ship. You worked. That's what you did. And then on a Saturday or a Sunday, if you were lucky enough, you loaded up the car and you put everybody in it and you went out to Jones Beach. And that was where you could breathe. And that's where you replenished your soul and your body. And that was the vacation. And then Monday you went back to work. That was Jones Beach. That's what it was all about. And it made a real difference in people's lives. People would talk all week long. They would make plans. We're going to go to Jones Beach this weekend. And it was magnificent. And it made a difference in people's lives. And what is this all about? Government and county executives and governors and commissioners and senators. It's about making a difference in people's lives. It's about changing people's lives. It's about helping people. It's about making a difference. Now you listen to the politics today. Everybody's arguing with everybody. Everybody's yelling. Everybody's got an opinion without having many facts, but they still have a strong opinion. But you have to ask yourself, what are we actually getting done? What are we accomplishing? What lives have we touched? And Jones Beach shows the opposite. Jones Beach opened 1929. All of this big idea, this big vision, 1929. Robert Moses, who was a very aggressive builder, governor by the name of Al Smith, who came from Manhattan, the poor side of Manhattan, so he was very aware of the need for people to get out of those tenements and get out of those apartment buildings, get out of those neighborhoods, get a little air, get a little space. And he started Jones Beach. FDR finished Jones Beach. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, governor of New York, went on to be president in 1929. And talk about boldness and that New York confidence and that New York arrogance. They said, we're going to open up a whole beach and everybody can go to the beach. Only problem was there was no beach. All this sand you see out here, there was no beach. It was all marshland when they started. So their dream was, we're going to build a beach. And you know how they did it? They dredged sand from the ocean and they built 6 miles of beach, 14 feet high, all by dredging sand out of the ocean. The largest dredging project in history at the time, 1929. That's bold. That's aggressive. That's impressive. That's New York. And somewhere along the way, we lost that sense of confidence and ability and drive. And what we're saying today is we haven't really lost it. It was buried down there deep inside, and we got a little nervous, and we got a little fractured, and we didn't really believe in ourselves. But you look around today, and you believe, once again, in what we can do. You take $100 million, you take people with skill, you say, I won't take no for an answer, and you rebuild this beautiful, beautiful public monument. And that's what it is. It is a public monument that will change people's lives. We're doing it not just here, we're doing it with parks all across the state, over $1 billion investment. We're doing it with that Long Island Railroad that for years and years they talked about we need to fix the Long Island Railroad. They did nothing. Now we're doing the largest investment in rebuilding of the Long Island Railroad in history, $6 billion. And we're going to build a new Moynihan train station. And we're going to build a new LaGuardia Airport. And we're going to build a new John F. Kennedy Airport. We're going to build New York back to the greatness that it represented and made it the greatest state in the nation. And it's underway. It's not a dream. It's not a vision. You can see it as plainly as you can see everything around you today. Be bold. Act bold. Believe in yourself. That's what we're going to do. And this attraction today just adds an element that we never had. We were just happy with the blanket and the sand. Nobody ever talked to us about nets and trapezes and zip lines. That's really cool. But it is the New York boldness. And to demonstrate that boldness today, I am going to be the first person down that zip line. That's right. You wonder what perk does the governor of New York get? Not many, I can tell you. A lot of aggravation, a lot of criticism. But he does get to be the first person on the new zip line. Congratulations, enjoy. Let's have a big welcome from County Executive Steve Ballone.
Thank you, Governor. We're all very excited to be here today. This is incredible. It's magnificent, and I'm excited about taking part in this. And if everything goes well for the governor, I plan on being the second person to go down. I'm going to be watching closely. But it is a great day today, and Governor, we can't thank you enough for once again coming through for Long Island, for our region, and for New York. I want to thank all of my colleagues who are here for their work and everyone who helped to make this possible. Kristen Jarnigan from Discover Long Island, who's thrilled about promoting this here. And I want to bring greetings from my good friend and colleague, Nassau County Executive Laura Curran, who is out of town today, but sends her greetings and really did so much to help make today possible. Lastly, I want to give a shout out to the Ujima interns from the Town of Babylon program that I'm touring around the state today. The town today. They get a special privilege to see this open up here with Councilwoman Jackie Gordon. You know, this investment is so important. The governor talked about the investments that have been made here in infrastructure that are critical for Long Island. Double track, third track. These are going to have impacts on our economy for decades to come. The investments that the governor and our colleagues in the legislature are making for water quality, that is something that will determine our future in this region, reversing the decades of decline in water quality thanks to the leadership of our governor. But this investment at Jones Beach, and I think, Governor, we all have our memories of being here at Jones Beach growing up. If you're a Long Islander, you've been here and you have special memories of coming here. But these investments, this investment, continuing to push the boundaries and to create unique, special places like this is so important to us because Long Islanders are here because of this. A lot of reasons, you know, but when you may be sitting in traffic or, you know, not happy about, you know, a tax bill, you know, and you're worrying about taxes as we all do, right? But you come here and you come to our parks and you come out onto the water and you say, this is why I'm here. And Governor, your investments, your historic investments in our park infrastructure, not only here at Jones Beach, but across this island and across the state of New York are game changers for our region and for all Long Islanders. Governor, thank you very much. We appreciate your leadership and thank you for once again building this spectacular place. Let's cut the ribbon and let's watch the governor go down and then I'll go second.